Alright, Shalom, it's your brother Yarash Amar from the GMS Champaign, Illinois branch. For all things, we give all praises unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rikakwadash. We give double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and side takes to the Alchemists, pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Alright, Shalom. And, we'll let some of this article play. Not Shalakia. Let some of this video play from GMS dedication and filter it out with the scriptures as per usual. Hey, Lord willing, it's edifying.
Children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child. It's also child, because you have the whole ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of children for harvesting body organs, and then you have ritual ceremonies and ritual murder.
All right, which they all do this with in these wicked rituals that take place, all right, throughout the world. All right, hey, this is what's been preached upon since the beginning, all right, of these wicked doers, all right, practicing evil amongst the world, all right. This history is nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun, all right. This is all just the same thing the Canaanites used to do, all right, which really it goes back to the worship of the Canaanite deity Molech, which is children's sacrifices, all right, rituals with blood, all right. The Lord always told us to steer away from the eating and drinking of blood, all right. That's why right, cannibalism, all right, for one, is a no. These people, as you're gonna see, they're eaters of men's flesh. All right. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 12:4 says, "Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices." All right. But these elites, they have taken this to a even higher level than what the ancient world used to do, because they have the whole world in their hand, and nothing can, besides Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, can stop these devils, man. So they're just doing whatever the hell they please. And they're under the wicked vibration of Satan. It says, and also those merciless murders of children and devours of men's flesh and the feast of blood. All right, so you see how these devils get down, man. All right, you see her up there, all right. The feast of blood. These people really do this, man. This is no conspiracy theorists. This has actually happened, man. All right, and we're in a time where the wicked is being revealed, and people don't even doubt this anymore.
As well as incidental murder. Most organizations that end up being used to prey on children, Oxfam is a recent example. All of the United Nations organizations, the Boy Scouts of America, all of the child services agencies across the United States of America, they did not start out as organizations to prey on children, but they attract pedophiles. And ultimately, pedophiles end up rising in the ranks and controlling those organizations, so that an organization that initially started out in the service of children becomes an organization that is in fact hunting children.
This is what he do, man. All right. This is what he do. He's the wicked, man. All right. This is 1 Peter 5:8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking who he may devour." All right. And this is in a spiritual aspect, in a literal aspect, because this damn devil is literally going out here eating people, man. All right, but you have to watch. All right, all these child protective services, all these, man, those are the real human traffickers. All right. Yeah, you had to really be in the game of a human trafficking. You have to be in a network. All right, because you have to know the market. You have to know the intel, who to, you can't just randomly grab somebody and just sell them, man. You have to know the market for that. So you have to be plugged into the other black market. All right. And you have to be connected to very powerful people. All right. So these are the devil.
Jeffrey Epstein, the top Mossad agent in the United States of America, his sole job for the last 15 years has been to catch people like Bill Clinton screwing kids on videotape. And oh, by the way, also Hillary Clinton. Only Bill and Hillary have different preferences. And he's only the tip of the iceberg, because there are easily 100 to 250 other Jeffrey Epsteins across the United States of America doing the same thing in every single state from Nebraska and Kansas all the way to the West Coast, okay? So Epstein just happens to be the one that got caught that's the most public. His job has been to get people on video doing bad things to small children. And that's how you control members of Congress, with bribery and blackmail. Normally what happens is a congressperson doesn't start out as a pedophile. They start out as a drunk who likes busty blondes. At some point, you get them to bed with a busty blonde, and then you give them a little bit of drugs, and then you introduce a mind-controlled child who has been trained to be a sexual animal. And now you've got the congressman on video. Okay, that's how you control people like Chuck Schumer and Blumenthal and Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein and so forth. They are compromised in every possible sense of the word.
All right, so what you have is what? The wicked being revealed in these days, man. Psalm 64:8, it says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." All right, so you have the wicked, all right, exposing each other, man. All right, Esau is tired of Esau shit. All right, it's so-called white man fatigue. All right, Edomite fatigue out here, man. And they're even tired of their own leaders, man, because they're ruling, harshly. All right, these devils, now even a common day Edomite, it ain't luxurious for him no more. Right, he feeling the same weight of society as Jake feeling now. So you're seeing him complain. It says, "And all men shall fear and declare the work of Yahweh, that they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory." All right, so these are the days that we living in, man, and things are just going to keep getting more and more and more and more.
Use satanic pedophilia and blackmail, pedophilia, entrapment, and blackmail. Jeffrey Epstein's the poster child for this, but he was the employee. Ghislaine Maxwell was actually the Mossad officer running it, and what I've been saying as a former CIA spy is that it's my judgment that CIA and the FBI have been complicit in pedophilia, entrapment, blackmail in every one of the 50 states of the United States, and so have MI5 and MI6. Every military organization which has a pedophilia chain of command, as well as a Mormon and a Catholic and a Zionist chain of command, and then every nonprofit. And all these organizations that start out protecting children, they end up being pedophilia central organizations. And UNICEF and Oxfam and the Boy Scouts of America and Child Protective Services in America are examples of organizations that are, in my judgment today, subject to proper investigation, controlled by murderous pedophiles. In Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Sheriff's County has the pedophile symbol on its badge. Yeah. As if to say, you're safe with us, pedophile. It's cool. All right? So our 18,000 police jurisdictions are in the Stone Age, and they have been trained to turn a blind eye to most crime. The Zionists have totally compromised all law enforcement communications and computing across.
Yeah, the small hats, man. That's who did it. The small hats. Completely what? They have their hand in every damn thing, man.
Yes, Joe.
What's wrong with the world? You can blame their ass. All right. So this is Sirach 41:7. It says the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. All right. So yeah, you got Esau crying out now because, hey, there's so much. All right. So much things, so many evil things are coming up about this devil. All right, it has to be spoken up on, man. Hey, he's the cancer of the damn earth.
People going crazy think they found a code word for human meat? Wait, what? Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't recommend checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. And that's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is...
Alright, so these the devils, man. These are the devils, bro. Alright, which do you have? That's why they call these Edomites the accuser of thy brethren, because with all this wickedness that they commit around the earth, alright, who do they try to paint as the face of tyranny or destruction? You niggas, man. Which, we ain't excusing you niggas for what you do and all that wicked shit you niggas get out here shooting each other and polluting your own damn neighborhood with whoredom and wickedness. But, alright, you learned it from this devil. Alright, you ever learned it from the so-called white man. Alright, because he's the ultimate gangster. So this is 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first, which that falling away has already taken place. Alright, when Israel went out a prophet. Alright. We didn't know who we were. We were in captivity, fully disconnected from the Heavenly Father, man. All right, but now what? That we remembered ourselves in this captivity, man. It says, and that the man of sin shall be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, which perdition means destruction. Right, that's all this devil brings wherever he goes. right? With that man of sin is being revealed, all right? People are looking at, hey, these the goddamn devil. These the Edomites.
Sending jerky to your attention overnight? I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cook.
What's wrong with eating babies? If we've got extra babies around that nobody wants, why can't we eat them, right?
Look, so you hear these devils?
I'm really worried about that line of thinking. I think that's wrong, and I think it's a little dangerous. It sounds almost.
You're not you're just not imagining those circumstances.
No. So let me clarify, because this is important, right? So it has such terrible consequences, both in terms of what we are doing to our captors and what we are doing to our own morality, and the message we're sending to the rest of the world about whether we're good guys or bad guys, that I wouldn't do it. I might not do it even if I thought that it was absolutely going to work. When I don't think it is, it's very unlikely. Right? It's that once you start,
No, it's not.
That's why you've got to avoid those beginnings to avoid those endings. They never started little and remained little. It always starts a little bit, and then they're drawing and quartering people.
You are ignoring half of my argument, which is, I'm arguing in most cases, it's not psychopathology.
Sam, that seems like an incredible excuse for it.
No, Sam Harris can't figure out why we can't eat babies, right? It makes me look like an asshole.
So we agree there. Okay. Now, the slight caveat to that, or a very important caveat to that, is that, hey, isn't this a better way of life? I got 72 girls in Vegas that are better, right? So you seem to think I'm much more hawkish than I am. You and I might check the same boxes.
It is Satan, man. It's Satan. All right, he'll what? He'll make it illegal to do these things, and he'll just implement it, man. Because once it's legal on paper, it's voted in. All right, Congress approved it. Then what? Then it's not looked at as bad anymore in the public eyes. So this is Daniel 8:25. It says, and through his policies, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. All right, so this is the spirit of Esau Edom, man. All right, which this was going into Antiochus the Epiphanes. All right, Antiochus the Epiphanes. All right, but this is that spirit that Esau Edom is just always in. All right. It says, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Yeah, so these devils are actually going to try to fight our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah, when he makes his return, but the Lord is going to strike them down, man. So, yeah, it's over with, man. But these devils are being revealed, man. They're being revealed.
The moment you accept, and again, many people don't accept this for reasons I cannot fathom, but the moment you accept...
Look, he can't fathom why people shouldn't eat babies. All right, this the devil. Man, if you can't see this, the damn devil.
Certain people really do eat babies. Death today would not be a bad thing for them. Why can't we eat babies? Give me an ethical argument about why this is really...
ethical argument not to eat a baby, man. It's Satan. All right, so I'm gonna end it right there. Hey, Lord willing, this is edifying for the elect's sake, who we do all things for. So with that, give all praises unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Until next time, Akim Shalom.